Hello and welcome back everybody. After a magnificent race last week, we head to a track that is well known for testing. Yes, that is, ladies and gentlemen, will be the Spanish Grand Prix. This track has had some amazing moments in the past in the F1 history, as well as some absolutely stunning overtakes. Now, last week, if you remember, in the first time of the Dutch Grand Prix, we saw Sierra win the Dutch Grand Prix, followed closely by Antoine, and then Chandler coming third, which has really mixed up the Drivers' Championship. Sierra now holds top position, dethroning Pancakes. Pirondi coming in third, jumping up so many positions after a great result last week, coming in seventh. This has also messed up the Drivers' Team Championship. As you can see, BRL have skyrocketed straight to the top with 94 points. Brutal Democracy Gaming has dropped down to 7. Meanwhile, the mid-pack is still roughly same. Bossman Gaming overtaking ERL to take 6th. Definitely a constructors that has the potential to still mix around, as there is still few points dividing each team. Now, talking of Spain, this is such a beautiful track with a 4.6 kilometer track, which has 2 long DRS zones, allowing great overtaking, as you'll hear in the hot lap. 16 corners and a lot of work to do. Now over to the hot lap, ladies and gents.
Here we go then for a hot lap of Spain. Here we go on the back straight, home straight, DRS wing wide open. It's a massive, long run up towards turn 1. It's going to where you can see most of the turn is going to be phenomenal. Get over the curb and brake when you see the grey tarmac on the left hand side. Get into turn 1 and turn 2. We want to ride the curves, but don't lose the back end because you will lose everything. Into turn 3, carry the momentum all the way through. And you come over to the left hand side. Make sure you get a nice, good run onto the apex into turn 4. Carry this momentum out wide and then bring yourself back in again onto the other side of the circuit for the left-hander. Make sure that you don't lock up the tyres because you will get so much wear here and it will really affect your race further on. Brake when you see the curves on the right side, just clip the inside curve but don't lose it on the exit because you will destabilize or invalidate. Watch out for this long right-hander here. Don't run off into the gravel. That will be the end of your qualifying and your race. Brake hard when you see the 110 meters. These are right down the gears. Gear 1 sometimes to help your rotation, and then watch out for the chicane. Don't absolutely nail it over the curve because you will destabilize. Run out wide again and coming into the final few corners now. Then watch out for the sausage curve on the inside. Bring yourself back over again and brake again. Watch out for this one and that sausage curve. It's very easy to damage your car or destabilize. And then through the final corner onto the home straight for a hot lap of Catalonia.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the SRC. Today we are joined by Miles. Miles, how are you doing today?
Yeah, thanks Hyper. I'm doing great. It's another race today for us in SRC. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Well, fingers crossed as well. We've got Ben in the call. We're currently operating over a different system, so if there is some errors, blame me because I actually came up with this idea. So we've got Ben in the call. Ben, are you able to hear us?
Maybe he's just still trying to figure out the lobby.
Yeah, I think
all that stuff.
It's definitely priority is the lobby. Absolutely that first. But he is in the call, so hopefully he'll be commentating, and it won't be me today. Sad times for all. Now let's talk about last week, where we went to the Dutch Grand Prix. First time for, I think, all leagues that I know and we know. So what was your thoughts on the race?
I mean, it was a good race overall. There were some overtakes, which I didn't think there would be. Yeah, and Sarah did a phenomenal job just to, go hammer and tongs and just smash the rest of the grid. Not that many incidents, which was good to hear. I think there was one incident that got reported to the stewards, but you're a steward, so maybe you can go into further detail on that.
I believe that those incidents, no actions were taken in any of the incidents. I don't think we've had any incident that necessarily has needed an action taken apart from off-track incidents, which, a word to the drivers, hopefully you are listening, please guys, I know that most of these stewards are your teammates, but you have to treat them like stewards as well because consequences can be dished out. So be respectful, be mindful, and especially don't send shit to me because I will treat it as a steward case, not as a not as a joke at the moment. Don't know you guys enough yet, but over time, as I said, we understand that a lot of these can be memes and all that. But back to the point. I just had to get that out because that is something that's been brought up quite a bit. But back to, we're going to be heading to Spain. Now, I did a social race. I failed. I came last. What's your opinion on Spain?
I don't like Spain that much. I mean, it's a cool track. The layout is quite good, but there are not many overtaking opportunities on this circuit unless you create some. I mean, the long straight might be the best one, of course, but overall there are some nice flowing corners, like turn 3 it should be. Yeah, this long right-hander. That's pretty satisfying to drive with those new cars. I remember back in the days 2013 when you basically had to lift, or 2014.
I think I might just
when you
learn
had to
something
lift.
right there. Sorry, I always lift around that corner.
So yeah, there are some nice parts of this track. Also very tricky third sector where you have to be close to even attempt an overtake on the start-finish straight. So yeah,
I'm sorry.
I hope there will be some overtakes.
Bigger Buddha, I was not OP in that race. I had a message from Sparks who turned around and said apparently I ruined his lap for which was going to be 0.7 tenths quicker than the lap he was doing. He was 7 cents down. I got hit by someone, and then, to be honest, the start was okay, but no, I am not good. For those who have seen was part of the social race, myself and Ben was actually part of that, so do stick around because a lot of this community definitely comes together, and that's what I love about this community is that we do come together nicely. I'm diverting because, as I said, I've just done my first technical race, so I actually have some race knowledge of this track, of which I want to talk about lap times. Now, I've been told a 1:14 is going to be common. Do you think we're going to get a 1:13? No.
I have absolutely no clue whatsoever because, like last week with the Dutch Grand Prix, I think that this time Spain will be the first one. We will be the first one in SRC to actually head there. I mean, you had your social race there, so I think you are the man to ask right now because I have no clue. There's the Netherlands coming up in TSR, WR as well, so I have no clue at all.
Well, I could definitely say that I was seeing laps coming in at 1:14. We saw the hot lap as a 1:13.9, which is why I put that point forward. So there is possibility to do that. That was done by Oxties. Thank you very much, Oxties, for sending in multiple hot laps. And drivers and anyone out there, if you've got a hot lap, drop into our Discord. You can send your own hot lap, and we'll use it, given it is valid and good. It has to be a valid lap. But in terms of times, yeah, definitely 1:14s. Which was about 7 seconds quicker than I was. I was doing 1:20s, but it's not an easy track, let's just say. A lot of flowing corners, as you said. I want to build on the point of overtakes. There is an overtake opportunity into turn 4, but you have to not make the overtake into turn 1, or make the overtake and go side by side through turns 2 and 3 before a late lunge like Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen did in last year's Grand Prix. You can make a lunge down in turn 3. Down the back straight, if you can stay close through the S sections, you could possibly mount an attack into the hairpin. That could be some overtaking points. And if you can do any of those, especially to turn 4 overtake, you'll be competing for the GT Omega overtake of the tournament. Which, Miles, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, there was that. Now I have to figure out my stuff right here. As there was an announcement on that, but I have no clue where that is.
Do you want to hint? It is on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's on Twitter at the moment. The video will be coming next week to further details of this overtake of the year challenge. Now, it's very important that we put it out there. This can be you know, if it's just from the outside, so if you see something, clip it. If it's a brilliant overtake and we've caught it, clip it. If you're a driver and you're on board, clip it. Because you can win a brilliant prize, which I'm not going to drop in the stream. I'm going to drop it when the announcement we put it out next week. You know, I'm going to be cruel at that. I'm going to leave you on suspense. I'm cruel at that.
Yeah. Yeah, just let those guys hang there.
Yeah, leave you all hanging. But we are nearly ready. I think we've kind of got 18 drivers in the lobby. It's getting close. Anybody we're going to be looking out for on this race?
I mean, it's the usual guys. I mean, Syrah's racing, so Syrah, you always have to take into account that for a race win. There are some pretty fast guys. I think Jonas is racing for VSR. Jonas is also very fast around here. I know from last year's TSR race. So I think my money might be on Jonas today. But I mean, if there's a surprise, there's some guys just writing German in chat.
Yeah. Do you want to translate?
Nothing of big importance.
Okay.
To be honest.
Well, we're getting closer and closer. One thing I would put my money on is don't rule out the mid pack, because we see the likes of the Shazoo guys pull something out of the bag with their wacky strats. VSR, you know, them lot could pull something out. The ERL, boys, come out. Take account. Actually, how did you say his name? Tailbert, the French driver.
Thibaut.
Thibaut. The owner of TAS. Did you actually set that up, by the way?
I'm not in the lobby, so I couldn't.
That's...
I told you that in chat.
Oh, sugar. Well, the owner of TAS, which we unfortunately are not going to be using today because none of us got the time to set it up, is in there. And I want to just briefly mention of how brilliant TAS is.
Actually, that's not the same guy.
Is it not?
No, it's not.
Is that
ERL
not?
Thibaut is from ERL.
What?
And the other guy, actually also called Thibaut, but with a D at the end.
I've been bamboozled.
Yeah. He is one of the guys from IGK, which is a PlayStation team.
The more you know, the more you know. As we have all 20 drivers in the lobby, they are currently running up. So we're going to be very, very close to starting us. Ben, are you alive?
He's still not.
He's still not. I don't know what Ben is doing. Then again, he is on the SRC account, so whether he'll be able to switch back in time, I don't know.
I hope he will be, yeah. I'm just quickly dropping him a message.
Either way, hopefully we get Ben. We want the almighty king voice of all commentators, because let's face it, you two, you and Ben are just the dream team, isn't it?
I mean, if you say so.
I say so.
I will take that.
Like, you may not be on all the top tier ones, but you should be. But who's to say? Martin Brother and David Croft of the esports right there. But I'm just here to flatter you, right?
So, I just got a message that Ben should be there. He apparently he needs to keep his focus. I can't see the lobby, so I don't have any clue. Is everyone in?
Well, it says 21 people in here. 21 drivers? That's a problem. He needs to change.
Put it onto spectator.
There we go, he's now spectator. 20 drivers are there, 8 have readied up. We're getting ever so closer to the qualifying, which hopefully once I hear Ben's voice, which I'll allow him just to literally, drop in. Literally quick talk about drivers that are in. New drivers in. Oxties is still in there. He hasn't picked his team, so I just point out. BDG Clone is going to be in the mix today. Who else? Lifted for Ferrari, which is the SRT boys. Jonah Pedro for the Williams, which is the BRR team. Presto Evans for, I believe that is whoever is Racing Point.
BMG.
XR Ryzen I think that's his name.
Yes, I
is in
heard
the
the
XRT.
clicking of Ben's headset there. I think.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, there is a Ben.
Yeah.
You do not sound good.
Finally.
I'm absolutely fantastic.
You sound like you've just walked out of a pit of hell just to get into this.
I still feel like it's 8 a.m. and I'm hungover.
Why were you drinking?
I'm drinking now.
Oh. Well, it's going to be a very interesting commentary as I'm going to head over to our two best commentators known to me. That will be Ben and Miles.
Yes, thank you very much, Hyperactive. And yes, we are here at the Spanish Grand Prix here for SRC. You probably got used to not hearing my voice on a Wednesday evening, but guess what? I am back, and I'm back to be me. It is of course nice to be back. It's nice to be joined alongside Miles. Miles, say hello.
Yeah.
Normal gag.
Hello again from me as well.
Yeah, it's a normal gag. I'm going to put down my alcoholic beverage now and focus on actually doing what apparently I do best. So, Spain is, in my opinion, the worst track on the grid. Especially now list of tracks we've been given. I personally absolutely hate it, but it's a historic track. It's been on the calendar since 1991, the famous shot of Mansell and Senna going down a big knob-off straight. So it'll be interesting to see how things go on today. I expect drivers. This is primarily quite decent track for pad and wheel. So look at basically for your usual candidates, Zero Pancakes, Zito, T-Ball, all those guys have been out the field. A couple of driver changes, to my knowledge. XR Rising was good. For like top 2, the place to start, it was started off. Lefter has joined SRC to go alongside Maurice, who made his appearance a couple of races ago. And I think this is the first time this season we'll see the appearance of Biro Apetero. A bit more Brazilian diversity on the grid, of course, with Apetero. I'm just quickly sorting down my audio settings because I can't hear a damn thing.
That's very unfortunate. Some guys out on track, and now it would be great if we on the stream also saw which tires everyone's on, because the strategy will also be a very interesting thing today, as I see Oxus in the pits on mediums and Joao Pedro also on his outlap currently on the mediums. So and Rizal also opting for the mediums for now at least. Everyone else is on the soft, so it might be even that we see a two-stop here. I mean, on the 2019 game, it was a one-stop from mediums to hards, but on this game, I'm not quite sure. I think it might be two-stop.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I've seen the soft-hard strategy work. I did a race here Sunday. Don't get me wrong, I only lasted up to lap 14, but I moved. It was a good race. There was nothing particularly thingy about it, but we saw quite a bit of diverse strategy. The medium to hard did seem like a bit better option, as the softs were going off after around lap 5. But if you stretch them up to about lap 7, you can make the end. Mediums look about lap 12, and if everybody starts with the hards, they're a blithering idiot. Because on this game, the hards just don't warm up, and you're just too slow. Two drivers now began flying laps. Stira, Chandler, and a few others. Stira making his way down now into turn 5. Doesn't lock up the car or anything like that. That's probably one of the easiest corners to lock up as you are braking while you're turning. Also, you don't particularly have very much for a reference point around this track. It's kind of one of the more nuisances for that. And if anybody kills the braking board, behead them.
Yeah, certainly so. Syrah now coming up to the third sector, which is the very, very slow technical sector. Into the hairpin we go, and now this bump also can set off your car, which makes you spin probably. Now taking a lot of entry curb on the left hand side, not hitting the apex, and now has a bit of traffic in form of who is that? That's one of the FCT guys. I can't really see it because
FCT list.
Yeah, I'm not in the lobby, so bear with me. And Syrah goes P2 with a 15.2.
Jesus, sour. Yeah, Serapita only a 15.2. That's kind of not, well, it's kind of surprising to be honest. Chandler fast on 14.4 at the moment. Presto his team up to line 15.299. Decent time from him. Left SRC got east in the final sector in the Ferrari. Other drivers coming around as well. We'll see how those are when they cross the line. Oh, one of them started like the other one bailed into the pit lane. Molise, not the particularly greatest last sector, gets a decent exit, makes his way up to the line now. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a 15? 15.383 goes just behind Presto and just behind Syra as well. Next up to the line is going to be a McLaren. This is going to BDG Pancakes into 15.5. A note on BDG Pancakes as Ravens just disconnected from the session. He wasn't meant to be here. He wasn't officially signed for this race. However, he's had to be pulled back in late due to JKB falling off the face of the planet. So, great. This is the first race Dan's done on the pad in 3 weeks. So, interesting to see how they get on. I've reinvited Raven, so no worries there for him. Jonas, the friend of Miles, the very good German friend of Miles, goes fastest 1:14.270.
Yeah, as Hyper and I were talking before you joined us, I said already that Jonas is very rapid around here, so he might be one to watch forward to this race.
Yeah, certainly so. I'm not personally seeing Jonas go around this track, but I know he's been just spirits when it comes to Jonas. Got finished on the podium, of course, on Monday, WR. Finishing P2, P3, just behind Syra and LCR Leopard. Give it a see, Leopard anymore. In team events. Fun fact, Leopard was part of the winning Shazoo team for the first ever ERC team. A little bit of trivia for you there. Mirror in the final sector, a little bit of lag there from Mirror. That's not something I'm used to seeing from him. Into the final chicane. Down his second gear. Very, very smooth indeed. Watch out. I have done a bit of practice with the Aero, guys. Obviously, as you know, my name's literally Aero F3. I've seen a lot of good pace from both guys today, from both Mirror and T-Bot, and especially T-Bot. So watch out for him. He definitely could be close from the field. Only a 16.8 from KJ, though. That's quite surprising in my opinion.
Yeah, but maybe he wants to do what basically everyone else did in Bahrain and China, or what some of those guys opted for actually getting the what I like to call it the little pole position in P11, so you get free tire choice, start on the mediums, do the one stop, and just smash the rest of the field. But I guess we have to wait and see what will happen.
Yeah, certainly so. Seems decent so far. So Jabadalo is... Oh no, Jabadalo plays down the medium tyres, never mind. Moment. Nobody's particularly on a clone. It's Vintage Clone in the McLaren. With the new rainbow helmet, someone needs to mute the mic. With the new rainbow helmet, not rainbow helmet, what the hell am I talking about? The rainbow halo, that's it. A bit loose there from Clone into the final sector. Big lock up, big understeer. Struggling to go up there into the final corner. I think he's actually my dad's lad. That was a very, very smooth final sector. Just in front of him is VRT Eke. His my RP button doesn't want to work. Now Darius wide open. What is lap going to be? It's going to be 4, 114.924. Only 9 valid laps have been set so far. Correction, make that 10. It might be 11 soon, because upcoming will be... Oh no, man, Cosito's invalidated.
Joao Pedro might be on oh no, it just showed for me that he wasn't in the pits, but he just came into the pits, yeah.
Yeah, he's just all day. Yeah, we're pretty quiet out there at the moment. Cosito is the only guy not on lap to be doing the lap. Oxhead's in the first sector, so it's probably best to pick him up later on. BDG Pancakes as well, just starting a flying lap. So pretty quiet first half of the session. Miles, how you found it so far?
I mean, some of those times are quite good. 14.2 is a good lap, from be honest, and a good benchmark for everyone to beat. I'm a bit surprised, Silver with a 15.2, but he has the mediums fitted on his Williams. So he might go out on the mediums again and just yeah, try to beat his own time.
I wonder if he'd
Um,
break before the live.
No, he didn't. We were on board with him, as we're now on board riding with Oxtes, who's coming around the final corner right now. Where will he put his Red Bull? It is P3.
14.4. Yeah, decent time there from Mox 7 P3. While you were talking, Chandler went on to pole position with a 1:14.127. I'm just going to boot up Twitch chat, see what's going on in there. Rusto Evans will be next up to the line. His laps is validated, but we see what we can do anyway. 1:14.716 would have been P5, but obviously validations do count. BDG Pancakes up into the third row, the grade 14.913. XR James 15.031. Casito's heading to the pit lane. T-Bolt is sideways and invalidates, and that's going to be some very much wench. Jesus Christ. French swearing around the final quarter. I believe he'll complete the lap anyway, just for reasons. DRS open. What would the time be? It would have been a 14.7. That's a little bit off what I expected from T-Bolt, but when you go that far, you have that much oversteer, it's kind of to be expected, really. Who's coming around next? I
I think Presto Evans, you just invalidated. Lasouche might be on a flying lap right now, down in P14. Haven't set a lap time yet, so he might be the next one.
Antoine is out on the track on the mini cars. Now, if there's anybody who could definitely pull this off, it's one of the best qualifiers on this game, which is VSR Antoine. Which would be good to see, certainly so for him. He's been decent so far this season. A little bit underwhelming, to be honest, in my opinion, from VSR, but they probably have the best Xbox roster right now. Both likes of Drala, Jonas, Antoine, and others. They do probably have the best roster, but maybe underwhelmed a little bit this season. A little bit loose from Antoine. Going through a big long slap off right-hander. 48.912, big lock up. I read down in second miles. A little bit loose again. Antoine's really struggling on this lap. Mediums potentially not up to temperature.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Probably the second lap would be the better option to do. Just have a good flying lap without any ERS and just warm those tires up. Let's see where he can put his Haas in, and it actually is P5.
It's a 14.5 on the medium, which I think is a big warning for everybody else.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, definitely. So Pedro coming around the final corner there.
Oh,
Will it be 14? No, it won't be, but P3 nonetheless. 14.3. Solid time from the... Is it his first showing in this season? I'm not quite sure.
I believe it is his first go around this year, so that's pretty darn good for him to be that high up. I'm just going to quick play around with my audio a second, so give me 1 second.
Yeah, no, it's working fine. I did not have any...
As you say that, as you say it's working fine, I then go and try and...
I'm sorry.
He's completely throwing me out of rhythm now, cheers.
Yeah, currently on board with Sarah, who's coming around those final couple of corners now into the chicane, which is new on this game.
I hate this new chicane.
Yeah, I mean, the last one wasn't better
so...
either, but Sarah coming up the line. Can he beat Antoine? No, he can't.
He's in front of Key Mirror on a harder set of tyres. That's... well,
worrying.
That's worrying from a personal perspective and also a general perspective.
Yep.
Obviously, Antoine also P6 on the mediums, don't forget, so...
yeah, of course.
It's to be pretty interesting. Especially also bragging rights. If Antoine finishes top French driver, because there's quite a few French drivers in here, quite a little community. If he finishes top French driver...
Speaking of French, Crisito, just behind him. Oh.
Have some big bragging rights there. For Antoine right now, Rising just about aired his lap by trying to replicate Lance Stroll, go to another country in the slap off left-hander. see who else is on that. Maurice is on a cooldown. Syra has found the gravel trap. Can't name any famous people to call from that gravel trap, so if you can help me with that, that'd be great. It went off down at the 7-8 chicane, so if anybody can name anybody to ever go off there, cheers. I haven't got a
Probably
clue.
someone did.
Somebody's probably got, probably Max Chilton or something daft like that.
Yeah.
Actually, up the Max Chilton, he's doing decent in Scott, to be fair, from what I've watched. Oxhead's running the final chicane now, making his way around in the final corner. SRS wide open, does it back off his lap. No, he does not. Keeps it at the center of the track. 114.250 goes stays. He threw, but doesn't prove his lap, so it's pretty decent there. From
He pipped Joao Pedro, I think.
Oh, did he? Oh,
He
yes,
was
of course
fourth,
he did, yeah. BDG Pancakes up to the line. 14.742. That's fairly respectable to that for him. Now, James and Presto running the final quarter. In the racing dots, it is a 1:14.68.0. Presto to P7.
Yeah, let's zero it down into P10 and Kimura. Actually, in P11, that might even help him. Not sure if he wants to stay there, but James, is he still on lap? I'm not sure. I see a dot coming around the final corner, but actually peels into the pits there. So no lap for James with 2.5 minutes to go.
He might, turn that down and turn that round in time, but otherwise he's probably effed. Interesting little note here from BSRX in the chat that I find quite funny. Jonas and Anton
actually,
being
just
stupid and...
quickly, Ben, did Raven
Hello.
rejoin? That's the big question right now.
Well,
If not, maybe try and get him an invite.
I've had a message. Oh, he's having to use a different account, I think. Ferrari's gone off. Hang on. Right. You cover while I deal with this.
Yep. So we're on board with Presto, who will come into the pits, who's currently on an outlap. It's Lasouche, who is on an outlap on the mediums. Is Thibaut going? Actually, yes, Thibaut is going, and that's an invalidation, and that might be his session over. Eke is still on lap, Lefted is on a lap, so Lasouche also on a lap.
That is FCT and Raven, people wondering. However, I'm not 100% sure he'll be able to take over his car or not. We'll have to see. I've never seen it be able to happen, but sure we can see. So Thibaut, that's the end of this session, and that's quite surprising. As people, never mind. We've got the bug where we're a minute in front of everybody else on timer.
Yeah,
so ignore.
I thought so.
So I was looking then and seeing KJ come to the pit and like, what the hell? It doesn't make sense.
That's always the case when one of the spectators is also the host.
Yeah.
As Eke invalidates there in the third sector, going a bit too wide. Now Clone, switching to Clone, who's currently on a lap as well, down in P13. Probably not the worst starting position, but I'm sure he wants to dip into the top 10 there.
Decent chance to go from winning damage on turn 1, that's how I see anything lower than 11, realistically, in territory. So with a bit of luck on the front left. I tell you what, BDG Cup Pancakes finishes 10th on no practice. I'll give him a standing round of applause, because that's something. Well, I guess a little bit loose on the exit into the final chicane now. Lefted is retired. I think that might be a retirement in the wall, looking at where he is on track and looking at the fact that his car hasn't moved a centimetre. That is not particularly good for him. Now Clone right in the final corner. Can he get to the 113? No, but it is going to be a 1:43.42. And that is a very, very respectable time there for him. Up to the third row of the grid, and whilst that was happening, Hero Team Meta. Decent from Mirror going up onto the fourth row of the grid, where we're looking at the amount of drivers on laps. Sorry, Mirror, mate, but I don't think that's staying, lad.
Jonas coming around the chicane now up to the final corner. And where will he put his horse in? It is 13.9.
Well, there you go. Finally, we see a 1:13. Oxtez has traffic from SRT release, which is going to drive him up the wall. Chandler's retired. He does not improve on a 14.127. close, just chilling out on track. Albedolo, he's on a lap now. Sorry, Albedolo's finished his lap. He's done. He's getting P4 at best. Next up to the line is going to be XR James. XR James ran about a corner. His lap's invalidated, so we don't really pay attention to him.
Crescito
XR
is the next one.
Rising, 45, goes P7. Fourth row of the grid there for him. Crescito now fails out of his lap. The next up will be...
P11. Yep.
The Sush doesn't improve. But he bells into the pit lane. So next up will be KJ Gaber. KJ currently a shot down in 18th. Is any improvement? It's only a 14.7. And KJ only 14. Sarah has pitted. Sarah is starting P13 at starting P13. Nobody else improving. So yeah. Well.
Tiba also coming into the pits there. So
yeah.
no improvement from him. And I think that's it, is it?
That is it.
Yep.
Yep. So Vasil Jonas on pole position with Chandler Seater alongside him. That's a very good front row. They're going to be trying to go front row last time out as well. In
Netherlands.
Yeah. I was trying to work out where it was. I wasn't here last week, so I was trying to think what I saw it were. Ox 10 and BR Jab Pedalo make up the second row. Jab Pedalo out qualifying Syrah. Who would have called that one, eh? BDG clothing 5th, left at 6th. I'll run for the rest in a second.
Yeah, as we just wait. Actually, is Raven in?
He joined each other account, so I think what's going to happen is the game's going to kick out his account and put in his one.
Okay, fair
I think.
enough.
But I'm not 100% sure he'll be able to load this up. He might be able to, but I don't know how this crappy game works. So, Jonas on pole by 2 second of Charlie C. VRT Oxtez alongside with Bill Japadillo in 4th. BBDG Clone 6th, left at 7th. XR Rising with Antoine in 8th. Antoine, of course, on the medium tyres. Kimura in 9th. 10th, Presto Evans, 11th, Concito. 10 BDG Pancakes, 30. Syra, 14 KJ Gamer. If you told me that was going to be the 7th row, the Greta would have slapped you in the face. Zero and KJ row 7. See if I can grab the rest of the stream. Maurice 15th, Thibault 16th, Eke 17th, 18th James 19th, 20th of 2 FCT drivers where Raven never really got to get the chance. Go to see on the good weather straight away, but Raven is in and he is not. No, his other accounts been allowed to go in. It says he's rated at the bottom of the screen, but I don't. But he also isn't, so we might have to potentially do a restart, which I swear to God if we do, I'm actually going to go ahead and say.
Yeah, that will be the case. I'm not sure if we do a restart for that, but I mean, we want to give everyone the chance to score some decent points. So I think it's O'Neill's call right now.
Yeah. Boss man, Mr. O'Neill, you need help here. Say what?
Yes, O'Neill's typing already.
If Raven's not able to rejoin and we have technical issues and then drivers just go, we're going to feel he might go in a second. However, they seem to be being respectful and actually holding, which is a sodding miracle. No start,
no restart.
In his case, it was a mistake for... Right, okay. So, in other words, don't do a BDG. Okay. That's fair enough then. We continue, and I've just done screenshots for absolutely sod all reason.
And the good thing would be if you can drop me an invite.
Ah, yes. Don't rely on the stream.
Yes,
Terrible
exactly.
playback pile of swearing and just disappointment.
As Marvin is saying in the chat, I don't get the soft hard strategy, it's too risky. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Basically, Marvin, you go one lap too many, you are absolutely insert word here. I'm leaving that open to interpretation, but if you know me too well, you know exactly where that's going. So, drivers have actually gone on the hard tyres, and I'm not questioning their sanity.
I mean, the hards to mediums is a viable strategy on this game. You can make up so much time.
I've just
when you go into the mediums.
I'm just a bit thinking because of how the hards don't warm up. I can understand if you're on the pad. If you're on the pad, I can understand it. So pancakes and syrup, I can understand it because the pad, you're basically running 180-degree tires right here anyway.
Oh, as Oxtis, I just saw on the replay of the stream as I'm currently joining, Oxtis
Yeah.
just completely went off coming out of turn 3.
Whoa! Jesus, you almost clattered. Blown one.
Tell those guys to slow down a bit, please. I can be there for the actual start.
I can't tell Jonas. You can tell him. Tell him in your native language.
I don't think he will read that, but I'm still waiting.
He is actually slowing down a bit.
Maybe he heard me. Still waiting. Still black sheep. Now I'm there, so just.
I mean, he's only a stone throw away from you anyway, so roll that.
Hey, Jonas is a bit far away from me. Don't actually know where he lives.
Hey, it's Germany. It's only a small country anyway. There's an irony of living in England. It ain't a small country. I'm just.
So who's on which tires? Just for me to. Okay, KJ, Maurice, Lasouche, and Raven are on mediums there. With Raven not starting.
It's TSR and Pole. Wait, no, BSR. I just made a joke for a bit.
Either way.
Either way, it makes perfect sense for Jonas. Jonas and Pole, Chandler are alongside him. Drivers are now pulled up onto the grid. We're now getting ready. But with the beautiful 5 red lights, they are all on. And we are potentially, maybe, possibly, hopefully, some point this century. Come on, then. KJ's got a drive through, and we're away, finally, here. Chandler's got a great start. Jonas has been mugged immediately. It's gone to the bench for Oxtez. Oxtez is going to go around his outside, down his turn 1. Straight around the outside he goes. And we've had a clatter in midfield. One of the McStars has took a Ganani, one of the... Whoa! Reynolds just got murdered. Jeez Louise. Chandler leads. Oxtez second, Jonas third. Ball heads on a big PDG clone, I think it was the McLaren who took a basic action. Antoine 6, Bryson 7, Pancakes 8, KJ 9. Then we have a virtual safety car already. I presume to. I don't know why. All I saw was Mirror get clattered.
Yeah, it was left it in Mirror in the background as we're about to go racing once again. Pancakes on the hard tires already up to P8.
Yeah.
So still at 2 P10. So very interesting. For those guys, Antoine in P6. So, I don't know. Are we racing already? Oh no! Now we
just have a chin rising. Oh. Just got past. Oh, hello!
There was a lot of debris flying away from KJ.
That was an absolute cluster. Oh, KJ's in the wall. Oh, KJ.
I was on board with Sarah, who is just behind, so KJ, I think, just clattered into the back of someone there, and yeah, then just lost the car on the inside of
on the curb.
Yeah, or even on the grass. So yeah, not a good start there for KJ. Now into the wall, leaving the session. Definitely not what he wants.
Chandler leads, also second. Jonas third. Jabendalo in fourth. Bidger Clone, fifth. Antoine sixth. 7th Horizon, 8th Pancakes, 9th Sarah, 10th Cosito, 11th Molly's, 12th T-Bolt, 13th Decade, 14th James, 15th Lasouche, and 16th Ravens AI. Presto, Mirror, and Left are all bollocked.
Yeah, unless there's a safety car there, races basically.
Oh no, even with a safety car, they're probably screwed. If this track's so hard to overtake, they're gonna really struggle now, I think.
Yep.
I'm just being honest here, unfortunately. And it's not the best BDG. They've had one car in the pit lane and one car winning. Not BDG, BMG, same thing. Only a lot, it makes no difference.
And actually, Antoine is keeping up with the leading pack pretty nicely there. So is Pancakes, so is Sarah, who's all over the back of Pancakes there, both on the hard tires. So yeah, Sarah got
He's
gifted.
in front of Sarah or alongside?
Alongside. both up by 4 positions.
Oh yeah, so we're 12 and 13 then. Good with them.
As Pancakes is getting defensive a bit there.
Well, if they can hold Sarah behind, that's good for the championship. BDG and BRL are 2 highest point scorers this season so far. I ain't got standing in front of me, but I know it's pretty close between the pair of them. BSR not too far behind. Remember, they're going to be collecting, I believe, the most points out of the entire lot of them, but I'm probably wrong with that. 23, actually, I believe it's BDG actually, so BMG. I hate letters. Stop having letters. Just go to numbers, they're simple.
Probably, yeah. As now Pancakes lost the DRS to the guy in front, and Sirius going up the inside of Pancakes.
Hello.
Can he make
Sirius
it stick?
through.
That's a big question.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he's
whacked him!
through.
Pancakes damage. Sarah, he lagged backwards a bit. Pancakes went into the back of him. Oh dear, it's not very often you see lag from Sarah. I mean, for me, he's obviously, well, I don't see damage, lag from Sarah, but little lag spike catches up Pancakes, and that is demoralizing for him. It's just behind Beyonce Eke trying to have a go. It's Finland versus France. In football, that'd be a massacre, and at this point, it stays as it is as well.
I'm currently looking on the gaps between everyone. I mean, Sarah has a lot of work to do. Rizzle is in P7 and just dropped off the back of Antoine, so he can't keep up with the top 6 there. Antoine's still going strong with those medium tires just clinging on the back. Jonas now looking pretty fast on Oxus there, who in the process lost the DRS to Chandler.
Well,
so slightly, yeah, it's just 1 second.
One disadvantage for Oxes is he's on the pad, so his tyres will probably be overheating now a bit.
Yep.
Somebody just got called on Facebook. It's just one of those.
Can medium soft work? I don't think no.
No.
To be honest,
No.
no way.
You'd have to go about 14 laps on the softs easily, and even then you'd be screwed.
Tebow setting up a move on Maurice there on the pit straight, and that's an easy DRS pass for the ERL guy. On the SRT boy,
Yeah. Remember SLT yet to score a point
yeah.
this season.
And
I don't
with
think even with
left
the power of the Schumacher helmet, Maurice is going to get anything out of that one. I mean, you bring in a guy like Lefty, you think, oh yeah, let's get some. No. Might get points pick. No. He's got to lose the back end and kill Mirror instead. Chandler near the Bright DRS. It's 9.5 tenths. It's there, but it's not there. Jonas just behind. Jump ahead the little clone and Antoine. Antoine could probably get home pretty quickly if he wanted to, but this entire group pretty much stuck in one giant fat ass DRS train, which is not appealing to see at all.
Yeah, not the thing Antoine wants right now, because I think those medium tires are the faster ones right now, and he's getting so close to the back of Clone. He has to get a good exit, and that was a good exit.
What was a good exit was Jonas. Bog says just holding on the DRS. No point whacking up the overtake. He's not going to get anything on this straight. They're all just chilling in the first straight. They don't even care about overtaking right now.
Yeah, why would they? That's the other question. I mean, you can react to everyone who is in front of you when they're coming to pits, as Lasush now gets past James, and they're still going at it. So James don't want to concede the position, but has to now, as he has no ARS. Lasush with good management there, as Pancakes puts in the fastest lap, and Syrah actually on the back of Rizzle there for P7.
Yeah, Sarah was getting his move done fairly quickly, to be honest. The longer he's stuck behind this, the more time he's going to lose, and the more those tyres. Well, the more he's stuck behind a guy with tyres wasting away like corpses in a coffin.
Yes, now Ox has lost the DRS, and Jonas is looking very, very close there. Now has to get a good exit, which he does, so that might be an overtake
Yeah.
for P2.
That's game
But
over, I think. Oxted
definitely.
with a pretty shite exit. And Jonas
Yeah,
with a
he
pretty
knows
easy
that.
move.
It's now Clone into the
He's
pits,
elsewhere.
and Joao Pedro is having a go as well
Hello!
on Oxtez.
Round the outside. Oh, beautiful move. Abiro Giampetolo up into P3. Straight round and straight up. Front of Oxted. Now, with Antoine just behind. Antoine actually with purple first sector. Going to the game anyway,
Yeah.
which means it's probably bull.
Yeah, it's not getting better for Oxtez now with Antoine just
Mm-mm.
behind, who's on the better tires. In the process, Syrup is into P6. Where did Cologne come out? It's actually P14, so just ahead of the Ghostkov Raven. But a big gap to his teammate. So like 11 seconds down to Pancakes, who's on the mediums and has to stop again.
Yeah, certainly. So he'll probably just go to those mediums whenever his tires feel like just dropped. Dropped? What? I don't remember anymore. So Jonas has got himself right up behind Chandler. If Chandler comes in this lap, he needs to follow him. And he decides not to.
Yep.
Which
Someone in the chat asked
bit
if...
daft.
Yeah, gone.
Oh, sorry.
Someone in the chat asked if we have the TAS. No, not today, because we forgot to set it up. I wanted to do it, but I am not in the lobby. I'm now in the lobby, but that's too late. And Camo just tried to get... and Camo tried to get the bot for some information, as Antoine might have a go up.
Antoine's a bit of a muppet for that move. Because Cito has gone, his French compatriot for the yacht has gone, and Antoine sends it down the east side of Oxtez, down into turn 5. Guess more than the second time. But that was a bit forceful there. No point setting up into this GT Mega thing. You'd get slapped straight out of the building.
Yeah. Yeah, no TAS today then. No. Unfortunately not. As Marvin puts in a suggestion that Zero will win this. I mean, he's not that far off of Antoine there. And he will go into the mediums.
If Zero can get Antoine, then in my opinion it's right over. Just gotta think he's got that pace comfortably to go.
Antoine now gets a penalty.
Says in, and that's what, yeah, I was about to say. There isn't really, there isn't really that much of demand for, what's what I was saying now? Cabo. Cheers, Cabo.
Yeah, cheers.
As well as PSC comes out for Crescito retiring on track, and that's both Shazoo drivers out. Oh, yeah, well, I won't really call that retiring on track, I'd call that.
That definitely have Jonas, who has inherited the lead. And Ox is also not that...
shoot, yeah. The Jonas... Oh, I would have been looking where he was. The Jonas is inherited lead of Chandler. Ox has 2 seconds behind. BDJ clones up his arse. Well. That Beddoll's been pretty darn screwed for that.
Now would be the perfect time to pit, but DRS gets deactivated and Joao Pedro is still out on track. So, yeah, he will be... he has lost a lot of time there. He will come into the pit at the end of this lap, I guess, because those soft tires might be screaming right now.
I mean,
as Antoine now comes
screaming
up to...
for mercy, I think is the easiest way of putting it. Beddoll crawls his way in, down at 150 miles an hour. And we'll have a gentle stroll down into his pit box. Cruising at 50 as his engine is brutalized like a man under a hammer. Jonas down the straight now. Chandler just behind him. No DRS3, either one of those. Well, Chandler's actually out of the DRS. Jabadillo is speeding up now. Through has gone upstairs, and through has gone close. But now leaves Jabadillo out in P5. Whether that lead him later on, we do not know. Oh, hello, and just behind. Oh, never mind. AI overtake.
Yeah, it was. 2.3 the gap between Sarah and Antoine. Antoine has the time penalty of 3 seconds. Quickly have a look on how Sarah's doing. He's on 1 warning. So all the guys who started on the alternative strategy still out on track. No surprise there. Everyone else, top 6 have pitted.
Yeah. The top 6 are all, well, top 7, sorry, are running the alternate strategy. We'll see, obviously, how this plays out for them. I don't really particularly think. I think guys on the mediums, well, as I was just about to say that. Antoine's just fast love the race, but we'll have to see how things go. A little mistake from Syrup. And there, good there. Jonas actually goes on some beats Antoine's fastest lap. Now that's going to be crucial, pretty much now the cat and mouse game. Realistically, Antoine can come in any time now. At lap 11 to like lap 15, realistically, is the medium stretch. If you want fresher half towards the end of the race, go for that. But more than likely, the stretch when it comes to the mediums, you'll probably see Syrah in about lap 20-ish. 18 to 20 is probably Syrah's pit window.
Yeah, question now for Antoine and Maurice and Lasouche is where they will come out. If Antoine comes out in traffic, that won't help his strategy. If they come out in clean air, that will certainly help their charge for what could be a race win, for at least for Antoine. So I guess we have to wait and see now when he will pit. When he gets the gap right, that can be crucial for his race.
Yeah, so if he comes out, well, it also depends on when Jonas catches these hard runners. Obviously, he's only 3 seconds behind James, and what's your mentality in this case? It's a team versus team event. You're focused on how your team's going to perform. So if you've got Jonas charging up behind you, do you take the normal league racing mentality of okay, he's clearly faster than me, do I move? Or do I take the up yours, mate, you're a competitor, I'm going to smash your head in and you ain't coming through?
No, you're going for the team mentality. So I would say so. And on this track in particular, if you have a 1-2 probably, and you really can afford to just do the 1-2 and just switch positions every lap basically, and just the guy in third can't overtake. So yeah, I guess we have to wait and see when Antoine comes in. It's Maurice with a penalty there. Quickly jump on board with Antoine. It would be very interesting to see how those tires are looking right now.
Show me the task system, eh? That's one of his very, very few. I'm going to put this into the white tires.
But Syrah's closing in.
Yeah, the interesting thing is Syrah's now only is now borderline the 1 second window to Antoine. It'll be interesting to see whether he can break into that, whether he can. If he gets in there as Antoine's got to pit straight away. As Eke gets past Maurice. Looking at this, looking at the fact that Eke is past Maurice was nearly 2 seconds in front of Eke. Looks like the hards are potentially, well, definitely the best tires to be on right now. Pretty late on in this race, well, not later on in this race, but midpoint of this race.
Yeah, and Syrah's still closing as we have a yellow flag, and that was, who was that? Was that James?
Thought
it might be.
It was Maurice. It was Maurice.
Oh, there's a big chunk of his front wing missing. On the front right.
Bit that wall.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He was
through its threat. It's not best for him. Chandler keeps out of the way, Maurice lets him through.
Yes, Oxus is also closing in. I think Maurice will let him go through as well there. Clone just sitting behind. And Maurice will get out the way. Will he? Yes, he will. And Jean Pedro as well. So all those 3 guys going through. But Syrah's in the DRS of Antoine now. And I'm sure Antoine will pit at the end of this lap. As Maurice comes into the pits, is there any overtake going on. James on Lasush, no. Clone probably on Oxys, also a big no. Joao Pedro also looking very, very fast there, but can't get past Clone, so can't challenge the top running guys there, for now at least. Because his the guy in front has DRS as well, and yeah, is just going as fast as he has to keep Joao Pedro behind. So Sarah and Antoine going through the third sector there. Will Antoine come into the pits? That's the big question right now. As Ben seems to be back.
Yeah, I'm here. One thing to point out, I'm not sure if you pointed out while I was gone, but Camo very kindly pointed out to me. T-Ball has not only been matching Sir, but he's actually been gaining in a little bit on him just behind. As Antoine, race leader, lap 15, as I predicted, has come into the pits.
Yeah, that's no real surprise there. And I actually didn't have a look on Thibault's lap times, as I was so focused on the gap between Sarah and Antoine. Quickly have a look on how those. Yeah, they're pretty similar on pace, definitely. Are Thibault and Sarah.
Thibault
How's Jonas doing?
making up for mistakes in qualifying by doing very, very well so far. Yep, 3.1 seconds between them. So they're probably going for the maybe five laps at max. Now Jonas is at the back of James. So this is what we was talking about earlier on. Does he move his Jonas? Hello.
Yeah, a bit of commentator's curse there. I also was just on board with Jonas because I saw him going pretty fast. Now just behind James, who he wants to pass as quickly as possible.
He actually caught him in a not too bad place because he'll only lose maybe 1/10 of a second here because he should. Looking at the ERS between the pair of them, he should have him on the straight. However, James is turning up to 3. He is not going to let him go, but the point of which turning up to 3 was a bit moronic because he's going to get absolutely sandblasted here on the straight. There we go, to the inside line, and Jonas is through up into P4. Next up to him is Eke, 3.5 seconds up the road. It was interesting. Antoine came out in P10, 7.5 seconds behind Joao Pedro.
That's a big gap, yeah.
We didn't see his pit stop, I didn't anyway. Do you think it could have been damage related? Maybe have to change a wing?
I will quickly have a look on the pit stop time there.
Oh yeah, I've got race thing now.
Yeah, I was just looking on that.
Yep, BSR Antoine, front wing.
Oh yeah, right. Where did
that feels weird looking for that, because
yep,
that's not a normal thing. That's just weird. Clone is right behind that. Oxtez is right. He's got Trabendalo right behind him. So we've got that sort of three-way train going off there.
They can't be separated yet.
Yeah. It's a nice little battle. T-Bolt, he gets out of Sarah on the last lap. So these top two definitely could be ones to watch. As Jonas, fast lap of the race, took 8/10 out of FK that lap. Now, still at the moment, he's 12 seconds behind Jonas. Antoine fast lap of the race. He's 24 seconds behind Antoine. He's going to be very close with XR Rising at the moment, I think. Don't quote me on that. I think it's a 26-second loss in the pit lane here. So the close with Rising, but I think that's what it is.
Because remember, Cyril was on the back of Antoine. Antoine had the wing change.
Oh shoot! Yeah, he was. Well, actually, it'll be about 21 seconds. So I think it should be. Yeah, it'll be 4 seconds. It'll be around at the moment 4 seconds behind Trabendalo. And I think on the medium tyres, Trabendalo
will let him go. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, T-Ball just picked up a penalty. Not good for him. I'm going to Red Bull them anyway, just having a chill for a minute. And they're on a good drink. Lap 7.
That's early.
Yeah, Sarah into the pits end of lap 17.
Maybe he knows that when he pits right now, that he will come out in exactly that gap he needs between
Potentially.
João Pedro and Antoine.
Let me see if Sarah's got any spies in here from the Twitch.
Sira has one warning, Carmel.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually don't see Abiel, who was the guy from SRC who was always ERC who was always bugging
As
around.
Clone and Oxus are going at it, and Clone is finally past Oxus there.
Ooh, hello. The Clone up into what is effectively a podium position right now. That's a very good result there for him at the moment.
It is, yep.
Yeah, in front of Oxtez and Capentalo. Sarah. Right, so Sarah is better charged now. Last time I saw a Sarah charge, it ended up with Sarah winning the race. Let's see if history repeats itself.
I'll quickly have a look on the gap. Now it depends on Eke if he pits or not. No, he doesn't.
I think T-Ball is about to get in front of Antoine as well. That could be bloody close.
Yep. Say so.
A battle of the Frenchies is about to commence. Sarah clears Renault. Does Antoine? Yes, but only just. Mirror pretty Mirror. T-Ball pretty clear of Ryzen.
And now the gap from Jonas to Sira is around 7 seconds, but a lot of cars between them. Only one of them has to pit again, which is James. So Eke will be gone as well. As yeah, now Thibaut with the medium tires will be definitely a threat for Antoine. As Lefty puts in the fastest lap. I think Eke will be pitting at the end of this lap and will release Jonas there for P1, and then it will be the question, can those tires last till the end?
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's a tree.
Eke
We
pits.
just see how things go. So Eke is now into, was Eke. There's none of the space, I've looked twice. That means Jonas now reclaims his lead. He's pretty much been out of it since around lap 8-ish.
Clone gets past James.
Fastest lap of the race. Close clears James. And Oxford almost runs into the back of him. Eke is going to come out probably back off to the point by the looks of things. They'll be running a net P10 once James comes into the pit.
Sira gets past João Pedro there. No surprise.
Yeah. No real surprise. 5.8 seconds separating Syra from, I believe, his second win this year.
Yep. So Oxus gets a penalty.
Venture in China, I believe, wasn't it?
No, it was last week. In the Netherlands.
Fair enough. Oxes now in the back of James. 0.
That was close.
Nearly bad.
Oh, and that
Sure.
as well. Losing a car on the
James
bump
is
there.
really helping Jonas here right now. He's only got Boxtez and Syra. Together, it's costing a lot of time for both pad users. James finally comes into the pits.
Oh,
Big
Oxus lost the car.
Boxtez. Beautiful move round the outside of the final corner for Syra. Now, though, will he be vulnerable to an attack back on the straight? Oxtez will be a bit daft to go for it. But he might have to defend a little bit of a jump into the... No, he won't, because we have a safety car. Hello.
Oh, that's crucial.
Well, that changes things.
Why? Oh, pancakes.
Yeah, it's big
Okay.
as pancakes. Off at the dreaded turn 9. Malise with a time penalty for speeding under the safety car.
Do you think some of those guys on the hard tires will pit?
Surely they're all going to... I was just about to say, surely they're all going to come in pits.
I'm not
They
quite
have
sure if they do.
They're gonna lose too much time with it though. It's too late on the race. With Cyril in the position where he is, they may as well come in. Because Cyril, he'll probably Otherwise, he's going to clear him in 5 laps. Which you're going to end of the race. That's 3 laps. He'll have 3 laps advantage as well.
Jonas left the session.
Jonas disconnected yesterday. I had to re-invite him back, and it's happened again.
I did.
Just sent him it.
So no, it's not in Jonas' hands if he comes into the pits, but he does.
It pitted him. It has pitted him.
Maybe there was a call from him just before that he wants to pit at the end of this lap.
They're all staying out. They're all staying out.
Oh.
Chandler back. Interestingly, Chandler backed the hell up, which might lead now to Jonas potentially still coming out in an okay place. Other drivers have come in, so the likes of João Pedro, Antoine, they've all come in. Antoine, of course, one of the earliest the latest stopper. And so Thibault, I should point out, Thibault started very low down the grid. He's up 11 places. Cyril's up 10. Both of them have had stellar races now. This leaves Chandler in first. Oh god, this is going to drive me center. BBG. I have had too many drinks for that. Why don't you run through the order?
Yeah, Chandler leading from Cologne in P2, Syrah P3 as Jonas finally rejoins. Ox is on the hards in P4, so only 3 guys at the front on the hard tires. It's Thibault in P5, Jonas in P6, Eke in P7, João Pedro P8, XR James in P9, Antoine, yeah, very unfortunate, down in P10. Rizzle is in P11, Kimura in P12, left at P13, Lasouche P14, and Preston Evans in P15. Raven we lost at the start of the race already, or in quali. So yeah, 3 guys on the hard tires. They will be definitely under pressure for the race start. With Syria being in P3 as Jonas finally. What is happening there? As Jonas finally can get his car, does he? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm good.
Is that him? Yeah, that's him driving.
Yeah,
so Jonas is back.
Oh
Top
no,
3
he's got the
warnings.
frames. He'll have the frames bug.
Oh.
He had this yesterday.
Please, Colt Musters, fix your game.
Yeah, he had this yesterday. I'll send him a couple of invites because he might have to keep leaving and rejoining, which is utter bull. This game is a pile of It's a pile of wank poo. Sorry, often I reserve my language. I'll be honest, for once I like this job. And then apparently I swore in WRT 1 on Monday. And that was sober.
Top 3 warnings. So it's.
Who wants some warnings?
One.
Who was it? Who asked? Sully.
1 penalty for Clone.
The one warning for Chandler.
Syrah's 1.
Clone has a pen. Syrah has a warning. Oxtez has a pen. Thibault has a pen. Jonas has a pen. Eke has 2 warnings. The
Jonas
Pedro
tries desperately to go and to come
spot
back.
free. Don't be surprised if Jonas ends up leaving it in a second. See what this is going to be. This is either going to be the best thing that has happened to Syrah and Thibault.
Oh,
Or
safety car in
Jonas
this
from
lap.
Fresh Mediums is about to swamp. Or if Jonas has got the bug, then we're all bolt.
No, I think so. My money is on Syrah. No,
It's
He
pretty.
could
pretty
just
possible to
preserve
bet
his
against him
tyres.
anyway.
yeah, he could preserve his tires in this safety car period, and I'm sure he will be the one to watch there. Jonas seems to be back.
Thibault just got a 5-second time bit of a collision. Oh! Chloe just hit Chandler. Chandler really backed everybody up. And I think you might get a penalty for that. Well, that was. I don't want to say it
Syrah
was.
already alongside Clone there. 4P2.
That was fairly. I don't know. That just didn't sit right. Thibault's disconnected. I think that's not good because I don't have that count added. Shoot. Oh dear.
I will try to get him back. Just
So,
focus on
yeah,
the commentary.
God, I'll let you do it. They're side by side, sends it out the brakes, clears Clone over to P2. There is through. T-Ball gets overtaken by Jonas. T-Ball not in the lobby at the moment. It's an L, not an I. Capendolo trying to go around the outside of Eke. Trying to go down the inside, not quite able to make the move. Big lock up by Eke. But Capendolo now all over the back in this little battle. Sierra is already with Chandler. And over the lead. Ivan, oh god. Last off a second. Okay, now I can't see. And we have another safety car. Reasons
what is the question?
unknown to man. Why did...
Who's in the pits there? That's the safety car, isn't it?
Yeah. Why?
Why the hell is there a safety car right now?
You effing pile of S.
And T-Bow's car is pitting.
Oh my.
So is Lefted. So is Oxus. They're going on to the soft surely. Yeah, Oxus is.
Hey, well.
So is Lefted, and so will be. Oh no, those are hard tires for T-Bow.
I give up.
No way.
Oh my. They've
19 lap old tires.
The game. Oh my. You get to a point where the only thing you can do is laugh. And that's not laugh because it's funny. That's laugh of disappointment.
And now T-Bow has now rejoined.
I'm genuinely holding back. Sweat is just... Yeah, you know what, T-Bow? You know what, mate? I agree with that decision. I shouldn't say that because I got... You know what? Got it. I got pissed off at somebody the other day for being an arse and doing that. You know, in this situation... I'm actually... Right. Give me a minute. I'm going to go calm down and get another drink.
Yeah, you better do.
Before I say something I'll regret.
Yeah. I mean, at least T-Bow can go into the pits once again, change his front wing, and get a set of soft tires on before the safety car comes into the pits. I mean, either way, that's just so unfortunate. And yeah, like Ben said, you can just laugh. That's basically what you can do. I have no clue why the game decided to put him on hard tires, but he will be at the back of the queue, and now he's cutting corners left, right, and center because he can, because he left the session and can now do whatever he wants to. How the is this game so trash? Yeah, this game is as T-Bow now left the session because either he had some yeah, and there was some medium tires till the end, which is also a very, very good thing to see. If someone of the ERL guys can tell me if I should re-invite T-Bow, because I don't think I should, because he left, I think. Just let me know. I will drop him an invite. Apart from that, who's still in? That's the big question. So it's Syrah just sitting in P2, getting ready to overtake for P1. Leon in P3 on those old hard tires. Jonas in P4, and I'm not sure if someone he disconnected. I invite him. I'm sure. Yeah, sure. I will drop him an invite. Hopefully, I don't know if the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. But either way, he will get an invite. As it seems like the safety car will stay out for another lap. And safety car in at the end of this lap. That's a late call, if you ask me. Just as late as it was in Mugello the other day in real life F1. So, oh, Chandler just accelerated and just...
There we go then. Sorry, I'll take my go with miles. No, sorry. I'll let you do the whole safety car here on your own. I'll take it back at some point.
No worries.
Sarah now charging down and behind Chandler. Clone just behind him. Tried to rein by Sarah, but not Sarah.
I did.
Oh, have you? Good, thank you. Chandler goes defensive a little bit there from Sarah. If we have a safety car bug, don't be surprised if we have another safety car in like 2 seconds time. Antoine gets past João Pedro over to P6. Pedro trying to come back down the other side, down at turn 5. Nearly make contact, a little bit of a smack there. Very, very close, but not quite able to do that. Big little oversteer there from Antoine as well. Jonas all over the back of Clone. Jonas seems alright. I don't think he has any sort of glitch. But using a bit of errors on the straight. Sarah is all over the back of Chandler now. If he can just get a good drive onto the main straight on fresh tyres, he should get through. And we have another safety car because this game is...
How the hell is the safety car just... I will just open the window and scream it out. It's just funny.
I'm glad I went for a year of anger management. I am so glad.
Kama just said Bernd Weiler is the driver of the day, and I will agree on that.
I am so glad I have had a year of anger management. Along with other things. Because, God.
As O'Neill is asking what on earth is happening, yeah, we have the safety car glitch, where there is a safety car basically for every 1 or 2 laps that will come.
Smack Clone and it just got penalty.
Did he smack him or did he just barely touch him?
I think it was just a gentle touch. I can't see because I took my glasses off. I need to clear my eyes.
Yeah, I'm just currently watching what's happening outside the window. Because there's a safety car.
It's probably better than this part of. I should put out. My frustration is not with anybody in this lobby, nor is it with, obviously, SRC. My frustration is with the pile of crap that is Birmingham's headquarters. That is the Cobas headquarters in Birmingham. Yeah, I have got a very distinct hatred for Birmingham for the simple reason of Codemasters. Because of Codemasters, it's ruined what is a great town to me. They have ruined a genuinely quite decent game sim with their absolute pile of shite that is online.
Yep. As ambitious as...
I'm venting.
I know.
You're stopping me from venting, and I'm venting live in front of 75 viewers. This is my time. This is my time to get pissed off. This game is honestly some of the worst crap I ever played. I sat there for the first week of F1 2012, where that was just appalling. 2017, we couldn't even play it on our lobby. This actually feels worse. This actually feels like somebody's taking a shit on my face. I'd honestly rather have been thrown under a bus than be sat here doing this job today. For the simple reason, this pile of crap. I'm done.
Okay, I was just waiting. Yeah, good. I mean, everyone in the chat and everyone who's driving today will agree on that, I guess. Yeah, that was a Ben rant. Miles, can you invite? Oh, sorry, I was so far away. I didn't even see him disconnecting.
Oh.
Yeah, what Unleashed mentioned, at least Chandler can can practice some research as what happened to Sarah, okay?
Huh?
Sarah has, apparently Sarah might have another glitch. We had that was it in WR the other day, where we had the same glitch. Yeah, Sarah just get a message, just hand the positions back. That's basically what happened.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want you to go on with another rant, but there you go.
I am. Oh boy. I'm gonna put my glasses back on. And I'm gonna...
Nothing will change. Nothing will change. You will still see the same.
Calm for the final 3 laps, because I know with the amount of laps left we shouldn't get a safety car, and I'm just gonna pray that things are going to be all right, because they aren't gonna be all right.
There's still time for a safety
Chandler's
car.
done it again. Will you actually go? Gets the trip the entire field. Good restart from Cologne. He's now charged behind Chandler. Can BDG Cologne steal this race win? He's got a good rear on the straight. If he goes to the inside late, he might still be able to get this done. To the outside goes McLaren. It's a battle of braking. Round the outside, BDG Cologne and Chandler. Chandler whacks him one. BDG Cologne outspins him. And BDG Cologne, does he through? Yes! No, maybe, possibly. A decent run here, could see him ahead. Running a board with Jonas. And BDG Cologne, he's through.
Jonas.
He's done him. No, he's not turned. He's turned him. Chandler turns him.
And Sarah as well.
Oh!
Sarah was collected as well.
Bristol, 9, I think it was. I want to say.
Yes, wing damage for Sarah,
Oh!
which is very unfortunate. And all of a sudden we have a VSR 1-2.
BSR 1-2. You what? Jonas leads.
happened
Antoine
there?
second. Eke third. Joe Pedro fourth. James in fifth. 6th Oxtez. 7th Clone. Abe Chandler. 9th Sarah after game collected it down. Chandler goes deep. Lasouche and rising top by side with Timo. Just imagine if Timo gets the points out of it. Be insane.
Could be possible, yeah.
Left is on the
indeed.
softs. Just a little note. He could be a factor in this race. Still, right behind Mirror. Doesn't hit him this time.
Yeah,
Now
Oxes as
Antoine-
well in P6.
Does Antoine try and take the win off his teammate? Oh god, he's got to run as well. Antoine gaining on the straight. Jonas turns everything down and takes the race lead off BSR. Jonas, that's quite a smart decision to be fair. Antoine.
Eke and João Pedro side by side.
João Pedro.
João Pedro into P3. And Oxes is just sitting behind, who just got past James. And I'm sure that there will be team play between the Red Bull guys here.
Oxtez on the soft tyres. You've got to think he's going to let him through. Oxtez can still very much be a factor in this race. Those tyres are 5 laps old, remember, but they still could be very interesting. James gets very, very close in. He won't at the back of him. Either Clone or Chandler are going to be damaged. Those seriously won at them. Sarah patrolling behind, rising down to P10. All these points, remember, all these points matter right now. So even if Lasouche gets past Sarah, that's big. If Lefted can clear all these guys, SRT might finally score points. Timo with a big run. Timo to the inside, Lasouche doesn't quite go in the move because Lasouche has got break late on Sarah. He smacks into him, Sarah's up on the curb. Lefton gets forced out wide. They got side by side of the thing, and Sarah's involved in another accident, and Lefton is in the points. SRT are at the moment are finally up for their first points in this absolute shit fest that we have called a Grand Prix. I think, well,
Timo has wing damage as well,
I didn't
so
get
he
that
won't be
right
a
now. I'm
threat.
just gone.
As now Chloe gets past James, so
I think as well, Chandler might be not too far away. James defends quite aggressively, forces Chandler off the track. It's almost like people have forgotten what happened a few months ago. Jesus. Chandler gets forced out a little bit wide. Lasouche is retired from the session. He's an optimistic move there on Syrup. Hasn't gone very well. Chandler gets a little bit loose. Presto's fast lap of the race. That means absolute diddly squat. Running 15. I think that's a reference to Ned Flanders. Jesus Christ, I am old. Now in DRS of Jonas. Can he steal P2 away from a potential 43 points for VSR? I still don't know how the hell that's happened, but
I'm also
wow.
not quite sure why Antoine is not giving Jonas any slipstream there.
I'm gonna
Because
ask
João
you
Pedro's, yeah,
I'm
João
asking you
Pedro's
straight
closing.
up. Okay, Miles. Straight up, who was at fault in that accident?
It's always difficult to judge just from one camera perspective, to be honest. I'm not quite sure if there was enough space. I mean, I focus on Jonas and Cyril going side by side.
Yeah.
I'm not
We
sure.
just saw the collection. Big run in from
Yeah.
James and Clone. Clone going defensive, but Clone's tires are 25 laps old. They ain't young anymore. They died in the 60s. Bad run from James. He's not particularly going to make any move there, but Clone with a pretty poor run. Can James go down the side of his turn 4? We've seen accidents here we've seen accidents here literally a few laps ago. That's big versus Rosberg and Hamilton. I remember that rivalry was pretty crap. James did a pretty poor exit, not quite able to do anything about that yet. Moving back up, Oxtez is on the back of João Pedro. João Pedro will have one chance against against Jonas. That all depends on the run. Let's go check out what João Pedro's penalties are like. Because if he hasn't got a pen, which he hasn't, he's going to take this off Jonas.
And Antoine.
Yeah, he is.
Antoine has a...
Hang on. João Pedro, as I point this out, João Pedro right now is actually going to win this race of penalties.
It's really
I'd
also
just like to-
retires.
Yeah, Ryzen is out. He's got at turn 9. So round in the final corner, at the moment, stands Virsar Antoine to take, at the moment, a race win. Antoine runs the final corner, up to the line. Virsar Antoine crosses the line in P5. He had a 5-second time penalty to go with it. So BRL João Pedro picks up the race win from Eke. Eke gets P2. Third, Beatty Oxtez. Fifth, for Chandler Ceta. Fifth, Antoine. Sixth, Kamer. What? Lefted. Does SRT's first pole position. First place finish of the season. 0 P8. 9th, James. 10th, Jonas. And that's me done. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like Cam said, he said, I'm not sure who said it, but yeah, Discord will be. I don't know what to say, without just saying a bad word. But there will be a lot of stuff going on Discord, I'm sure. As now, yep, Ben rejoined. Now left. I'm not sure what's happening right now, but either way, who would have thought that João Pedro would take the win and not Syrah for BRL?
Pretty interesting race indeed. I'll just quickly drop in because I think Ben has literally raged his way to bed, to be honest. Pretty intense race from my perspective. Do you want to do a roll call down of the positions?
Yeah, it's João Pedro winning the race from Eke. Ox is in P3, Chandler in P4, Antoine P5, Kimura P6, Left at P7, Syrah P8, XR James in P9, Virsar Jonas in P10, Clone P11, Raven's Ghost Car finished ahead of Thibaut's Ghost Car, I think. Thibaut came in P13, Presto Evans P14, Risen in 15, Lasouche P16, who retired, Maurice retired, Pancakes, Crisito and KJ also retired from the session. So those are your provisional results for now. I'm sure there will be a lot of change, and Discord will blow up.
Probably predicting quite a lot of work that the guys will have to do, especially in that last section, which I've not seen that glitch happen before. How did that safety car glitch happen?
If I know that, I would tell you. I have no clue. I have absolutely no idea.
I think it's very well put in the politest way to put it. It was to be an S show. I will say it in the politer way, but it was a mess, just safety car after safety car. But that also led to unnecessary penalties that possibly could rewrite how this result goes, because it's provisional. Now, there was some brilliant overtakes, actually. We said at the start this was a track where overtakes are less likely to happen, but this was jam-packed full of action instead.
It was, yeah, definitely. There was a lot of stuff going on, especially in the end. And I'm quite speechless. First about the game, and second of all about what was happening there in the end. So I think Ben's Xbox crashed, so he might be back with us.
Crashed or he smashed it? Probably the second one.
He dropped me an invite.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah. No clue what is happening with Ben.
Well, either way, what's the track for next week? Let's get hyped for next week now. Do you know the track?
Should be Baku, I think.
Ooh. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Baku is a street circuit. I am correct. I've just remembered what track it is. Our first... Well, Australia is technically a kind of a street circuit, but the first proper, authentic street circuit. Shit show, I think it's the only way we can put this.
Yeah. Short answer, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to look forward to it, so catch you all in a week time. Any last word, Miles?
I'm really looking forward to Baku next week. Yeah, that's all I can say.
And thank you all for.
I really,
Oh,
I
sorry.
really hope there will be no safety car next week.
Oh, I pray and hope, but I doubt that. I really doubt it. It's Baku. It's got difficult corners. But from me, what a brilliant race with some very spicy ending to definitely change up the entire race. Stay tuned, as I said, next week, as we'll be back as we do announce the Overtake of the Year prize, which will be announced next week. Thank you all for watching, and see you. Stay tuned with the socials at the end.